On 14th Rabi al-Thani 66 5 years after the 10th of Muharram 61 Mukhtar Thaghafi revolted in the Kufa city, to avenge the blood of Imam Hossein, and a large number of people pledged allegiance to him. After the establishment of his reign, Mukhtar began to pursue and kill the killers of the Karbala event. He said, "I will kill those who participated in the murder of Hossein and his family, and anyone who was brought to him, and said that he participated or helped in the murder of Hossein." He immediately emitted the order to kill him. Mukhtar's punishments were very severe and brutal, so some people do not consider such brutal punishments and tortures to be congenial with the spirit of Islam, considering the principle of proportionality of crime and punishment. In this video, we discuss some of the brutal punishments of Mukhtar, which are less talked about. Please stay with us until the end of the video. Hello there, lovely friends. I hope you're doing well. Please subscribe to our channel before watching this video, and click the bell button to be notified of new videos. Please like and share this video to show your support. Tabari narrates, Mukhtar ordered to bring those who were present during the martyrdom of Imam Hossein, and beheaded 284 people in this case. The number of people who were killed in the Mukhtar insurgents has been reported to be over than 3,000. Some of Mukhtar's direful punishments for the perpetrators of killing the martyrs of Karbala are Ubaidullah bin Ziyad. In the tragedy of Karbala, all the crimes were realized by the direct order of Ubaidullah, and he had the biggest role in the Ashura catastrophe after Yazid. In Kufa, a drop of blood fell from the blessed head of Imam Hussein on Ubaidullah's leg. The lesion was with him for the rest of his life, and finally he was killed in the Battle of Mosul, and his body was burned by Ibrahim bin Malik Ashtar. Mukhtar sent Ubaidullah bin Ziyad's head to Medina for Imam Sajjad. It is known that since the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, Imam Sajjad had not been seen smiling, and he smiled at this time. And he said, "May God grant you a good reward." It has been narrated from Imam Sadiq that he said, "No Hashemite woman did not die and did not delirium, and for 5 years, no smoke was seen in the house of any Hashemite, and no food was cooked, until Ubaidullah bin Ziyad, may God cuss him, killed." Omar bin Saad, who was the third guilty of the Karbala tragedy, and was in charge of the Karbala proceeding. He was killed by the order of Mukhtar Thaghafi. Mukhtar put on his shoe, and placed Omar Saad's face under his shoe, then ordered to cut off Omar Saad's head. Mukhtar also cut off the head of the son of Umar bin Saad named Hafiz bin Umar, and sent his head to Muhammad Hanafiya, along with his father's cut-off head. Shemr bin D al-Juashan. He was one of the main role-maker of the Karbala felony, who ordered a multilateral attack on Imam Hussein and his companions. After being arrested by Mukhtar Thaghafi, he was beheaded and thrown in hot oil, Harmala. He is the one who shot Ali Asghar in Imam Hussein's arms with an arrow. After being arrested, they cut off his hands and feet, then burned him. He hit the head of Imam Hussein on the spear and cut the earrings off of the women's ears. They burned him and scattered his ashes. Hakim bin Tufail. After cutting off the right hand of Hazrat Abbas, he devitalized his left hand. Mukhtar shot him so much that he looked like a hedgehog and died from his injuries. Sanan bin Anas, the one who speared Imam Hussein from behind. With the Mukhtar's victory, he escaped from Kufa and went to Basra. Mukhtar ordered to arrest him. First, they cut off his fingers, then cut off his hands and feet, and while he was still alive, they threw him into a pot of hot oil. Shabat bin Rabi, after arresting Ibrahim Ashtar, turned to him and said, "Tell me the truth, what did you do on the day of Ashura?" He said, "I slapped Hossein in the face." Ibrahim said, "Woe to you, maledicted! Aren't you afraid of God? Aren't you ashamed of his grandfather, the prophet of God?" Then they cut the flesh of his legs, until he was close to death. At this time, His head was cut off from his body, and his filthy body was also burned. Bar bin Ka'b, another person present in Karbala, that Ibrahim turned to him and said, "Tell the truth, what did you do on the day of Ashura? Woe to you." Bar said, "I didn't do anything, I just removed Zainab's scarf, and take off the earrings from her ears, so as that it tore her ears." Ibrahim said while crying, "Woe to you. Didn't she tell you anything?" Bar said, "Yes, she told me, may God break your hands and feet, and burn you with the fire of this world, before the hereafter." Ibrahim said, "Put your hands forward." He held out his hands. At that moment he ordered to cut off his hands. Then Ibrahim cut off his legs, and took his eyes out and sent him to eternal torment with all kinds of tortures. Zayd bin Raqwad. He was from the tribe of Janab, who killed Abdullah bin Muslim bin Aqil. They hit him with arrows and stones so much that he succumbed, and they burned him in the fire while he was still alive. Amr bin Sabi. He had said, "I hit some of Hussein's companions with a spear, and wounded them, but I did not kill anyone." Mukhtar ordered to arrest him, and then they stabbed him with a spear until he died. Bidal bin Salim al-Qalbi. He had cut the Imam's finger and took his ring. Mukhtar arrested him, cut his hands and feet. He slithered in his own blood until he died. Murad bin Munkid. The killer of Hazrat Ali Akbar. First they cut off his 2 hands, then pulled out his tongue, and then burned his body. Eknas bin Marthad, Saleh bin Wahbi, Hani bin Thabit Qatsrami were among the 10 people who rode on the body of Imam Hossein. After arresting, Mukhtar commanded to run over their bodies with freshly shod horses. Ishaq bin Hazrami. He voluntarily stepped on Imam Hussein's body, and plundered his clothes. By wearing the Imam's shirt, he got vitiligo and his hair fell out. He was finally arrested by Mukhtar, and ordered to strike on his body until he died. Malik bin al-Nasir. After arresting, they cut off his legs and arms, and he died of bleeding. Uthman bin Khalid and Bushar bin So al-Qabazi. Both of them were present in Karbala tragedy, and participated in the killing of Abdul Rahman bin Aqil bin Abi Talib. They both beheaded and then burned their bodies. Amr bin Hajjaj, the leader of Omar Saad's army in Karbala tragedy, and was in charge of blocking the Euphrates water on Imam and his companions, who went to the desert of Shanzur, out of his fear and died of thirst, with his entourage in the midday heat. And many other people who were killed in tragical ways, and paid for their limitless cruelty in this world, and of course their essential punishment remains in the hereafter. This way, we see that after the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, all the criminals of the Karbala tragedy were killed or suffered a great catastrophe, and thousands of Kufian people, Iraq, and the Levant were killed due to civil wars, and caused a lot of damage. And after this period as well, Hajjaj ibn Yusuf became the ruler of Kufa, and his cruelty is also very famous. Tawfiq Alam, a contemporary sapient, also says about Mukhtar's revenge, the only trenchant and bloody encounter in history that has remained immune from blame, and accepted as an excuse is just this act of Mukhtar. Thank you for watching this video all up to the end. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to receive notifications of new videos, by clicking the subscribe button and the bell next to it.